Hi, how are you? I'm great. Thank you so much for asking. That was very sweet of you. I finished Save the Cat Writes a Novel, and a lot of it was like being back in school. It gave me a lot of new food to chew on, because it was phrased differently. So it took me a while to chew on it, but I have finished, and now here are my thoughts. So, the first two chapters are all about story and structure. Chapter 1 is about your main character, your hero, how to find them, what their needs are versus their wants, what makes them compelling, and why you should choose this particular character as your hero. Biggest thing is your hero has to be the character that grows the most or has the most to learn. You don't want someone who starts off just, I'm like super awesome perfect, and then ends up like I'm super awesomer and perfecter, because that's boring. So yeah, don't do that. Anyway, also determining their wants versus their needs, and how writing those properly can create a compelling story. Chapter 2 was the longest. I listened to the audiobook and it clocked in at about 2 hours. That's how intensive this was and how detailed it was. And it was worth it. It totally was worth it. It was all about the beat sheet, the Save the Cat beat sheet. What it is, how to use it, breaking down a 3-act story structure into 15 beats. And then telling you exactly, I shouldn't say exactly, but pretty freaking close to exactly where they should come in your story and what each one means. Also, the language that was used for it was just slightly different from what I've heard in school, and it was very fun and approachable, which made it, really easy to listen to and easy to understand. Now, don't get me wrong, the program I was in was very good and it did cover a lot of these things, but there's something about hearing it in a different way that just makes it so you can, catch on to it in ways that you didn't before. Now, the next 10 chapters are all about how the Save the Cat beat sheet fits into different genres. And even the way that the genres are described are not like your typical genres. For example, you don't have mystery, horror, romance. You have things that are called whodunit, monster in the house, and buddy love. Things like that, which throws it down into more of a description of what it is, but at the same time, it makes it more inclusive of different types of stories that you wouldn't normally think of. Buddy love, for example, is about a character changing through meeting another character, be it friend, lover, pet, any kind of entity that sparks change in your main character. It's broader than calling it romance, which would only have one type of relationship, of course, but it narrows it down to the effect that this character has had on the hero's life. Cat even tackles what to do after you finish your book. When you're done and you're looking to query your book, how do you pitch it? So it talks a lot about log lines, which I did learn about in school, but again, it's that different, slightly more approachable kind of way. How do you describe and pitch your book? Or if you're self-publishing, how do you write that blurb on the back? Or even generally, how do you answer that question, so what's your book about? Yeah, we've all gotten that question. And this actually goes into how to answer it. And a lot of it is using not literally saying the genres that were described in the book, because that would be gibberish to anybody who didn't read the book. I mean, seriously, would that make sense? No. So basically, it's like taking books that also fit into the genres that were talked about in Save the Cat, and then saying, it described it in a really approachable way where you can answer that question by using the genres, but not necessarily by saying, oh, it's a buddy love story, because who the frick knows that, unless you've read Save the Cat. But you're describing it to somebody who's a reader, not necessarily a writer. It was explained in a very straightforward way. So what you do is you take a story that it's like something else that's in one of the buddy love genre, or in the buddy love genre, and you compare it to that book meets this other book that's in a similar genre, that sort of thing. Also, like going over again what log lines are, and I'll describe that later. I've been stumbling over my words, and we don't want to add to that right now. So this is just a review of the book and letting you know my thoughts on it. These are my thoughts. Of course, these are my thoughts. Who else's thoughts are they going to be? Anyway, it was nice to hear about log lines in a new sort of fresh, different approach to them, and a different way of phrasing it from what I had heard in school and all that. Just that slight different language that makes it just click in a slightly different way. So overall, I totally appreciated this book. I had a good time with it. It was fun. It was easy to read and easy to listen to. I got the audio, and with the audio there was a PDF that came with it that really came in handy. So that was great. And I actually wound up revamping my entire series, that the one that I've been writing for ever and ever and ever and ever and ever. I virtually scrapped my old outline and started working on it through this process, because there were things that I found in my original outline and some of my original writing where I was going, oh, this particular beat might be taking a little too long to get to, or I might be missing one, or things like that. So, and it just made sense to just give it a shot and see if this came out better. And so far, yes. I think a huge part of it is that they went over a series and how to map out an entire series like you're mapping out a single story, which for the book that I'm writing works but doesn't, because I'm not following one main character through the whole thing. I have multiple heroes. Like, each book has a hero. One of them's kind of an anti-hero, but we'll go into that later. Not today, but later in general. I mean, later in life. So, where was I? Oh my gosh, I'm so tired. Let me finish this and then I'll tell you why. Okay, so overall, I would say yes. Totally worth the money, totally worth the time. I highly recommend. It was not like, oh my gosh, groundbreaking, like I've never heard anything like this before, but I've never heard it put like that before. And that really did make a difference in how I was able to see my stories and see what I was doing. And again, my program was very intensive. It was intensive, extensive. It was a very good program that I was in, and I learned a lot. But this had all of the things that I learned, but put in a way that was, I don't want to say easier to understand, but maybe easier to understand is what I'm trying to say. But it's a very approachable book. So would I recommend it? Yes. Am I using it? Yes. I've actually re-listened to parts of it just to have inspiration spark again for different parts of the series. So, again, I recommend. It was great. Save the Cat writes a novel. Yeah, I gotta think of a rating system for this. I don't know what. Is it for this very quick review. Very quick, very sketchy. I didn't want to go in and spoil anything. Well, it's not exactly spoilers, but it's more like I think that it would be better hearing it directly from the author of the book, because she explains it much better than I could in a quick video. I mean, if you want me to go through and do a breakdown of the Save the Cat beat sheet and all of that, let me know, because I will totally do that, because it can do nothing but help me later when I'm writing, which sounds so mercenary. But no, I would do it for you too. And I think that that would kind of be fun, actually. So yeah. That's it. That's all. Now, quick little disclaimer as to why this is like a... I just went through the longest freaking experience trying to get power to this camera. My battery didn't charge. I couldn't find the cord. That's why I'm all glowy, also known as sweaty enough for my makeup to be melting off. And it's very late. I'm very tired. And yeah, but I have a very nice quick little life update. Da! I have been cleared to write. So I will be starting writing again as soon as I'm done with my outline. So yay! Yay for that. It's been a good week. It's been a very good week. I'm like, finished Save the Cat. Well, I finished it like last week. You didn't hear that. But I finished it a while ago. But I had a lot going on, so I wasn't able to film. What are all these random noises? You know what that is? You know what that is? That is the universe saying, wrap it up. Wrap it up. Actually, that's break. But wrap it up. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to wrap it up. That was it. Okay. And I hope that if you have read Save the Cat, you'll let me know if it helped you in any way. I'm like, it helped me a lot. Oh my goodness, get off of my house. I know what that noise is. I know exactly what that noise is. I have this metal awning, because my house is very old. I have this metal awning over my kitchen window. A cat or raccoon or something likes to climb up there, and it makes these loud squeaky noises every single time because the hinges are rusty and old, and hopefully they don't knock it down. Anyway, that's it. I'm gonna go now because, yeah, I'm obviously very distracted. So, again, to wrap up, liked the book, would recommend. And if you've read Save the Cat and it has helped you in any way, I would love to know. If it hasn't helped you, I'd love to know why. Was it, I don't know what, but whatever it is, if it was of no use to you and you read it and you went, well, this was a waste of time, money, and effort, let me know, because I'm curious. And also my bra straps are showing. Oh wow, that's not cute. There we go. So yeah, let me know. And that is it. And oh yeah, next time will be Jenny Marassi's Shut Up and Write Your Book. I think it's your book, not the book. I think it's your book. Maybe it's novel. I should learn the title of the book that's next upon the list, shouldn't I? I'll write it right here. Somewhere around here. I'll put it up somewhere, or it'll be in the description. Anyway, I'm going to go because these random noises are driving me crazier. And I don't need that. I just got cleared for writing. I don't need any setbacks. So, toodles, ciao, love ya, bye. Okay, no, I'm going for real this time. No more Midwest goodbyes. Although I'm from the Midwest, so it makes total sense. No more Midwest goodbye. I'm going for real this time. Okay, ciao. Now, the next 10 chapters. What's your book about? What's your book about? What's your book about? On myself. We're done. Bye.